Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Go-To Food Pod, brought to you by Blink, the UK company revolutionising the POS game. And today we're delighted to be joined by an Englishman who's been the greatest chef in Africa. So many times I've lost count, Ben. It's quite ridiculous. He's the genius mind behind the Test Kitchen, Potluck Club. Salon has previously headed up some of the greatest kitchens from Soho to Singapore to Seoul to London to Cape Town. I'm exhausted, Ben. It's only about 2 in the afternoon.
That's
the
good.
Wonderful Luke Dale Roberts. Firstly, Luke, how's it feel being back in London? I mean, it's great to have you.
Well, it's brilliant, and I mean, look at the weather
Yeah.
as well. Like,
I know.
turn up for the books, 31
It's always
degrees.
like this. It's always like this.
Is it always sunny in London?
It's unbelievable now. Yeah, we get
Something's changed.
6 or 7 months like this now.
I know.
Okay.
It's beautiful to see you pick up a bit of the accent. I was just saying off camera. I mean, I'm guessing your wife's South African, right? Is she?
My ex-wife is
Ex-wife.
South African.
Oh, God, I brought it up.
You went early.
Fucking hell.
You went early with
Yeah.
that.
Trying to make you feel welcome in the studio. I've gone too early.
Yeah.
But you've been there for 20 years.
I've been there for exactly the same amount of time as my son's age, which is 18 and a half years.
18 and a
Wow.
half years.
Yeah.
Incredible.
He was born in the Philippines, and he came over with us when he was 10 days old.
Wow.
So I know exactly how long I've been in South
Yeah.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Well, I was saying off camera that I'm a huge fan. One thing I tried to get the last time I went to the Test Kitchen Fledglings, so we're going to get into all of this, was actually something, Ben, I believe you've tried to create today. Is that right?
I've tried to create it. Yeah.
Well, go on. Talk us through what I'm obsessed by.
Well, I've never tried it.
Yeah, I have.
When
It's genius.
you've been going on about it for months.
I have.
So I've tried to make your Café Lait sauce with. We've done a partnership with New Covent Garden Market, and they sent me loads of nice mushrooms
Yeah.
and some different steak bits. And I thought, seeing as you're in, let's have a go.
Okay. There you go.
But
That's
it's a closely guarded
It's a closely guarded
fucking
secret.
recipe and a
I'd say
secret.
it's the best
Yeah.
sauce I've ever had. I mean, I've been going on about it to you for years.
You have.
But come on, give us...
Can I? I'm gonna. You.
It's the first sauce that I ever made in South Africa, and the truth is, I ran out of sauce at La Colombe, the existing sauce from my predecessor, Chef Franck, because I was still kind of in the first week still serving some of his food. Then I was like, "Fuck, what am I going to do? I need to make a quick sauce." And I know that one, Café Lait. I just added a bit of truffle, some black pepper, brandy.
And you're away.
A few other secret little bits and bobs
Where's
that I
it
will
from? This
never
sauce?
tell
Like,
you.
What is it created at your previous restaurant, or is it an old-fashioned French sauce? I mean, there's nothing about it.
Café Lait is a traditional jus cream based sauce. So you can get a porcini Café Lait, you can get black pepper Café Lait, you can get truffle. I happen to do truffle and black pepper.
Right.
But it's a combination of jus and cream.
And coffee.
No.
No coffee.
No coffee.
Oh,
Did you put coffee in there, Ben?
But it tastes like there's coffee in it.
Coffee in it for a-
fuck. So that was the
Well, the
problem.
internet. There's the internet. You
Yeah.
know the internet.
I'm
People put
familiar.
coffee in it.
Okay, well there you go. Eh?
Oh,
Never
this is gonna
trust
be-
the internet.
This is going to be horrific.
Well,
I
we're going
think
to
it's
get you
gonna
to
be
try it
brilliant.
now and tell us what it thinks of. But it's incredible what you're doing at the Test Kitchen. For those who don't know, because not everyone's obviously been out to Cape Town, been lucky enough to eat at your restaurants. You're Mr. Woodstock. You put the area on the map. But your first place out there was the Test Kitchen, which has now become Test Kitchen Fledgelings, which is just the most incredible restaurant project in the world. Not only is it a high-end restaurant doing incredible food every day, but you've given, I'm guessing, thousands of people now over the years the opportunity to get into hospitality who have come from sort of less fortunate backgrounds where they don't even have a chance to get a normal job, right? Can you talk us through the project?
Well, ever since I started cooking, even in London, I travelled extensively in South America and Central America, and there's always been that problem of staff. Whenever you work anywhere, there's always a problem of staff. So I thought, what better than to take the kitchen porters, and at the time in London they were Colombian and Ecuadorian and from that part of the world.
Yeah.
Teach them, and you get that loyalty, the loyalty that goes both ways between you and them and you, and you grow your own wood. And I think that Fledglings was a continuation of that. I had already been mentoring a lot of youngsters from disadvantaged backgrounds prior to that, and then it kind of grew into a whole initiative project kind of thing,
Yeah. I mean, the people who are working there from backgrounds which they couldn't even dream of getting into sort of lower grade restaurants. So how do you source them out? Like, how do they get involved?
Well, it's interesting. It started off, Nathan, the head chef, started in Scullery. He's from Mitchell's Plain, rough part of Cape Town. And then we started off with like a core group that were kind of some of which were friends or boyfriends of the domestic worker that worked, looking after. She was the nanny for my son.
Wow.
So it started off as like a kind of market stall, which my ex-wife actually ran.
Jesus.
And then she kind of said, okay, let's grow it into something bigger. We did it in town at the short market site, and then eventually I was like, let's move it to the test kitchen space because it's got some gravitas already. And we constantly bring in new youngsters, and we got the mentors and we got the fledglings, and it's the most delightful place to work.
And how many people end up qualifying or graduating through to your other restaurants?
I'm not exactly sure the exact number, but I
it
think
does happen.
Yeah. There's probably like 3 or 4 in the potluck and 2 or 3 in Salon.
Wow.
But then there's others that have moved on to Salsify or to Koi or to La Colombe or there's others that have left in the front of the house as well as the kitchen, and they've moved on to other restaurants.
So it's a legitimate route now into people going and working in the industry.
100%.
From a broader sense,
Yeah.
Amazing.
And it's everything from look at that sauce, eh? Very interesting.
We need you to test that now and say how close is it to your original. Come on.
Okay.
It's high in seasoning. I've discovered that.
Well, that's good. I mean, Ben was a professional chef in London for over 10 years, so I reckon it's going to be close.
I'd like you to have a go to.
What's
I did some little capers that were crispy and fried, but they came in some Tupperware. But everything from the menu partners, I should say that, who's an extraordinary business out in New Covent Garden Market.
Yeah.
They'll do everything for you.
Oh,
Whatever
everything.
you want. Yeah, fillet steak,
Jesus.
sea bass.
Go on. Give
We
us a
all right?
breakdown.
Where
Give
we
us a
at?
breakdown. This is the most famous restaurateur in South Africa. and
Freddie,
chef.
get your
I'm
laughing
going
gear
to,
around it. A little over salty, maybe.
A little over salty.
There you go. You know what?
I feel like the capers just bled into it a little bit and seasoned it up. I think the sauce would have
No
been
one's
perfect.
perfect.
Yeah.
I'm out here trying my best.
Least of all a caper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that is very good.
It's lovely.
You can taste the coffee.
Too much.
I would say so.
You know what? It's the internet.
No, it's
internet
it's
got in
great.
my head.
Problem is, I'm comparing that to what I had.
Yeah, Freddie, this
At
guy's
the
the
test
greatest chef in Africa.
No, I know. Well, you're pretty good as well. No, it's really good. Are you not going to try it? I mean, I think you've got it bang on, but just not close to what I was hoping it would be.
I would
Just nowhere near what
just
it
left the capers out, and I think it would have
would
been.
have been all right.
Yeah.
I was looking for a garnish.
But it's delicious. I haven't eaten since breakfast. I
Oh.
was walking around just now looking for something to eat, but
Well,
then I ran out of time.
Get some more in there.
No, I'm gonna just savour this little piece here.
Your salt content for the day, certainly.
We should say that obviously you got the potluck club there, test kitchen and fledgling. Test kitchen fledglings, and also your new sort of big test kitchen project, which is now morphed into Salon, which is kind of a world around the world experience or something. Just to talk through your different restaurants in
So
the
Salon, initially I opened it it's on the ground floor or the first floor of the potluck silo building. Initially I opened that, and this is how life goes, I opened it as a holding room for the potluck club, because we do 2 seatings at the potluck club, 6 o'clock and 8:30.
Yeah.
And then there's always people waiting for their seats, and I was like, let's put them downstairs, let's give them canapes and drinks and like turn it into an additional part of their evening. It failed on its arse, because everyone was like, this is a Luke Dale Roberts restaurant, we want to have Luke Dale Roberts food. And I was doing beautiful little canapes, but they wanted the whole thing. So then I was like, the bit that excited me the most about the test kitchen was the dark room. We had the dark room and the light room, and the map. You had the map around the world for the dark room. So I thought, let's take that concept and we basically on a dime turned it from this canapé bar, which it was called Salon Bar or something, Potluck Bar or something like that, and flipped it and turned it into Salon. And then Carla, my executive chef there, who's been with me for a million years, now runs that, and she is like incredible.
Yeah.
Amazing.
What was that dark like? Was that 21 courses, wasn't it?
It was 21 courses, yeah.
Best menu of the year 2018. I'm getting emotional thinking about it. Don't know about you, Luke.
You're welling up.
I am welling up. But I mean, I should say the last time Ben cooked steak for someone, it was we had Heston on a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Heston Blumenthal.
Okay.
He wrote the foreword to your book.
Yes.
I mean, is he still a great inspiration to you? How did that come about, that sort of love story?
So me and Heston met at one of the top 50 awards. It was when I was at La Colombe and I got it to number 12. And we were the top 2 chefs, and the BBC interviewed us, the top 2 British chefs on the list. And we just hit it off straight away. And then we met in Australia, and then we met here. We did a thing in Margaret River together, which was just a jolly. And he's just a great chap.
Good man, right? Yeah.
Absolutely. And he was actually just recently out in Cape Town. Because he's got family from there.
Yeah.
I think his father was initially from South Africa.
Yeah. Blumenthal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
A South African name, isn't it?
yeah. So he was so kind. Like, I phoned him and I said, "Would you mind doing the foreword for my book?" Because he's written a few articles about me and stuff like that, and he's always been really complimentary. Like, understands acidity and And to get a forward from him was like a slam dunk. You know, he doesn't do that.
Yeah.
And he was just so generous and kind about it.
Yeah.
And we've always had this kind of affiliation. You know, you kind of sometimes you meet someone and you get each other.
Yeah.
You know,
100%.
100%.
Nice man.
And how much of his sort of craziness were you inspired by in terms of food?
we're very different in terms of chefs. I think he's very he was and still is quite molecular, incredibly technical.
Yeah.
I'm a bit more of a freestyler, you know, like, I don't know. I think we're different as chefs, but we understand the same principles.
Yeah.
You know?
100%. So obviously a bit of Heston in that dark room, light room though. Come on, there was a bit of kind of magic in that 21 course journey.
Was there?
Well, there was. It was,
Did he
it
do
was
a dark
different.
room?
No, but it was different. It wasn't like your usual experience.
No, but I just wanted something different. I was always thinking, like, I've always spent a lot of time awake in bed wondering how I can do something differently, and I wanted to do the everyone huddled around a table in the dark room eating with their hands, like something primal about that, and then come through into the light room in classical music and white tablecloths.
Yeah, nice.
I just thought it would be a great experience, you know, and none of what I did at the test kitchen was economically driven. It was just like emotionally driven, and to be frank, by the end it was like it was losing money because it was just, you know, like I just kept throwing more at it.
It was too generous.
Yeah, and like I was like, let's put a new course on, but then we'll need a new member of staff. So we had like 21 chefs for 21 courses by the end of it. Yeah.
We've got to offer a drink, don't we?
We did. Can I offer you something from our Heppel drinks trolley of doing? So Heppel, you might not know, is a British spirits brand run by Uncle Valentine Warner.
Okay.
All made in Northumberland, all absolutely delicious. I was going to maybe make us a gin and tonic.
That sounds
Would
tremendous.
you be willing to have a gin and tonic with us?
100%, yeah.
You're obviously bringing Pot Club to London for 3 months, starting next week, this week? I mean, this comes out next week, so this week.
So we've started, but we're open to the public from the 13th.
Right, okay.
Which is Wednesday, I believe.
And what can we expect from this 3-month residency?
So we're taking the big hitters, what we call the family favourites, from the potluck menu, and then we've added a few new dishes. A lot of stuff we've rehearsed before. The chef and the manager came over to Cape Town, and we did like intensive training with them. And now I'm here with Jason, my executive chef, and Rachel, head chef as well. But it's punchy, like potluck, you know, like punchy, in your face, exciting flavors. Not necessarily fine dining, but just like a lot of fun and a lot of flavor.
Sounds incredible. We'll definitely be down at the Waldorf trying that out.
Please.
Everyone should come down. It's going to be a lot of fun 3 months. I mean, bringing a taste of Cape Town. And talking about Cape Town, I mean, you've been there 18 and a half years, but it's become one of the most exciting foodie cities in the world in that time, right?
Definitely, yeah. And it's always the South Africans have always sold themselves as underdog. You know, since I was there, 18 years ago, they always like have this kind of, I mean, I say they, I'm saying some of the South Africans have this image that there's something significantly better in Europe because it's European.
Yeah.
But actually that's driven them to just get better and better and better and better. And I honestly believe, I think it's one of the foodie capitals of the world now.
It's incredible. But I mean, you can be in the sea in 5 minutes, the mountains in 5 minutes, the vineyards in 20 minutes. I mean, you're just surrounded by everything, right?
Yeah,
it's incredible. If we are going to head out to Cape Town for a weekend, where should we be eating? Come on, just give us a bit of a little hit list of where to hit up.
I think...
including, obviously, your 3 incredible places.
Yes,
that goes without saying.
It depends what you want. If you want fine dining, I think Salsify, La Colombe. There's a lovely restaurant in Pal called Faber that's a very natural setting, a la carte, so you don't necessarily have to go through the 9 courses or whatever. Chef's Warehouse, Bokenstancher. There's a lot. There's a lot to choose from now.
Where's the best vineyard to eat on then? Yeah. Everyone says Babylon Storen. I think it's a bit overrated, ladies and gents.
Which one?
Babylon Storen.
Babylon Storen is a beautiful, beautiful place, but if you're looking for high-end cooking, it's more simple farm-to-table style cooking.
And the exchange rate doesn't seem to exist there.
No.
No
comment.
Yeah.
Does that mean it's very expensive?
Yeah. Well, because they've got a place over in Bruton, right?
The Newt.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got 2 staff moving over there, actually, from the potluck, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I think there's quite a strong push now to give sponsorship to South Africans because their work ethic's so good.
Yeah.
You know, so there's a couple of staff going over to the Newt. They tie in for 3 years. I mean, there's a bit of a brain drain in the UK on as it goes with chefs, I understand.
100%. We've lost a lot of good chefs.
Yeah, it's sad, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk us through the state of play of fine dining in Cape Town, because as you alluded to here, not just with chefs, but it seems a lot of chefs we speak with every week, Heston was saying last week, you know, it's never been more tough, really.
What's that?
The market.
The market for fine dining.
Yeah.
Very tough. Very tough. This year I'm feeling it. I don't want to say the tasting menu is dead, but the desire for it out of season is definitely dropped. I'm finding the potluck is just pumping because it's a la carte. You can come and order 2 things if you want and have 6 cocktails. Yeah. You know, like people want the power of choice more than anything, I think.
Yeah. Seems to be a big movement at the moment.
Yeah.
Away from that.
But I think in season, the tasting menus are successful because you got 3 days in Cape Town, let's say. Yeah. And you want to hit it hard and taste as many different things as you can.
What do you think about tasting menu from a cooking perspective? Claude Bossy, I don't know if you know him, but he came on and he said...
I know Claude, yeah.
His cooks no longer can cook, really. Like, in the days of a la carte cooking, people were geniuses. They could do 6 things at once.
Yeah.
Whereas now that's kind of gone out the window because you just get the same thing every night.
Yeah. I think that the cooks can cook. It was quite interesting in lockdown, like as a side issue, because I started doing hampers and I was making pies and navarans of lamb and you know, like all those classic stuff that involve a lot of love. You know, like you got to put a lot of love into it for it to taste delicious. And a lot of my fine dining chefs struggled with it because they were used to the kind of the systematic formula of each day. And they miss the flamboyance and the love, and I think that's maybe what Claude is referring to.
Yeah,
100%.
But you as a sort of menu writer, chef, which gives you more pleasure?
They all give me pleasure, but I fucking adore fine dining.
Really? Yeah.
Menus. Like I love like researching something deeply in my head. And I've got this beautiful little truffle mousse in a morel that's steamed and then tossed in a sage beurre noisette, and then that's served with a celeriac tea. Like, you can't do that in an a la carte setting because it's like 2 mouthfuls and it's gone. Yeah. But it's like, it's the power of it, you know?
I always think as well, as a chef, like, you can kind of control someone's meal, make sure it all makes sense, make sure it's all, you know, it kind of...
it's the ultimate...
Whereas a la carte, I remember sometimes you get tickets come through and you go like, you've just not nailed that order.
Yeah.
All of the dishes are going to be good.
Yeah.
But you've kind of put
the
things
combos
together
are
a bit weirdly. And
a bit like capers with the Café Lait sauce.
A bit like capers with your Café Lait sauce.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
no, exactly.
Whereas a set menu, you know exactly.
It's something that is deeply personal, and you can curate it from start to finish. So I love it, and I want to keep doing it as long as I can. But we need the people to want it, you know.
Yeah.
I'm quite fortunate because I've got these 3 different concepts. Like Fledgelings is just good, honest. You can have anything from a burger to a 5-course set menu.
Yeah.
With proper solid cooking. But I like that because it's quite grounding. Then you got Potluck, which is like all the different things happening, and you know, cocktails, and it's quite funky. And then I've got Salon, which is serious.
Yeah.
You know, so I get it all.
Yeah,
quite nice.
Talk us through why, because maybe I'm wrong in saying this, but Salon, feels like you were like, I've still got a lot to show the world of fine dining.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do Salon. Why did you choose the sort of worldwide tour rather than concentrate? Because a lot of people we speak to in this country are obsessed now with just like honing in British produce and you know, showing off the best of the country.
Yeah, I think because my background, I've travelled a lot. I've lived in Latin America. I've lived in Asia for a number of years. I'm British living in South Africa. So, I mean, I've got a course on the menu there, which is I make a cheddar cheese extraction in cream. And then I churn the cream. So we toast cheddar cheese, infuse it into the cream, and then churn the cream into butter. So you end up with like, it's bread, butter, and Branston pickle. But we make it all. It's very, very, very cool.
Yeah.
And so like it's a bit of my British heritage. There might be. I love like going all ways with food. I don't like pigeonholing myself and saying I need to cook British. I need to cook South African.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, nice.
And maybe some people might judge me for that, but it's I enjoy the freedom.
100%. What percentage of your guests then are locals compared to tourists? Because it seems like everyone who goes to Cape Town will always take in one of the 3 places.
Do you consider yourself a local or a tourist?
Local.
You're there a lot.
Local. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Local is lekker.
Yeah, I'm a local. Yeah.
Yeah. It depends. In season, it's 99% foreign. So between October and March, it's foreign, and then the other 6 months it'll be 75% local.
And in terms of profit margin and stuff, and we do ask people in the show not to give us specifics, but do you like really make hay in those 6 months and then chill out a bit in the other 6, or?
Well, we make losses in the other 6.
Really?
We make losses.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Significant losses. But you always hope that you make enough.
You have a good 6 months.
Yeah. But I'll be happy if I break even this year on Salon, to be honest with you.
But Potluck you make, obviously.
Potluck does nicely, yeah. And it makes great money in season. It doesn't really lose in winter. So it's the safest of the business models that I've got.
So when you're pricing a menu for Salon, would like even a chef who was speaking to this morning was saying he should be charging more for a dish because it's cost him more and he needs to get the percentage, but he can't because guests won't pay that.
They're not flexible.
No, what's that struggle like as a chef?
Well, we got the set menu price, and we kind of everyone in the same realm pitches their menus around the same price. We're a little bit cheaper because we're not in the driving seat. When it was Test Kitchen, we were in the driving seat. We could say, you'll pay this, and you'll be glad for it.
Yeah.
You know, which is almost like an arrogant position to be in.
Yeah.
And this has been very humbling. This latest chapter, you know. But we try and achieve, you know, 33% food cost, something like that, and bev cost if we can.
Yeah,
great.
That's pretty good.
Are you suffering from the same? Because here, produce, because we, I guess, rely on Europe a lot. The costs are just absolutely spiraling. Do you get the same? What's produce like in South Africa? Do you have the same issues around that?
It's going up, but it's not like here.
No.
I mean, the produce here, the produce that Hilton has been getting in is outstanding.
Really?
Really, really beautiful. Beautiful beef, but he's paying, you know, like through the nose.
Beef prices have gone.
Beef fillet,
crazy.
but like these huge beef fillets covered in white fat. And,
Wow.
And then he's got some stunning deer, venison.
Nice.
that we're using. So it's actually lovely. I mean, I think some of the produce is better here or a lot of it is better here than South Africa.
It's very sweet.
It is great produce, to be fair.
There is fantastic. The cheeses
Yeah.
it's just gone through the roof.
It's amazing, isn't it? Yeah.
We're going to touch on Le Colombe later, but I'm guessing when you were at Le Colombe, it was I've never been there, but it's a classical French-style restaurant.
It was French.
Yeah.
It was 100% French when I started, but I came fresh from Asia.
Yeah.
It was a disaster the first year.
Why? Come on.
Well, my predecessor had basically walked out and taken the entire team with him.
Franck, that bastard.
Yeah. So I arrived. And there were literally a few scullery staff left, a couple of students, 3 students, one of which kept fainting. Every 5 minutes she would black out.
Did you know, you took the job, Jimmy, did you know the whole team had left?
No, I had no option. I was
chefs?
desperately unhappy in the Philippines with a new baby, and I wanted to move to a country where I could have my own house. And, you know, like it was like a crossroads, you know.
Yeah.
So I had to take the job. I had to suck it up, and I had to get on with it. And we had people complaining, walking out
about the quality of the food, or what?
Yeah. Because I just couldn't, and the farm was trying to tell me to continue in the same vein as Franck. So I started off doing quite classical French food, but then in the second year I changed and I did a menu called Transcending Seasons, and it was the first kind of set menu. It's like a 6-course menu, and it was inspired by. I drove up the path to the restaurant. Then one side you had the vines that were dying, and the other side they were like green. So I was like, this is really in between seasons, and I wanted to use a lot of the natural surroundings, the forest, the fields, the vines, and I did this set menu, and then it just ignited, and I was putting stuff like Japanese rice pot with seafood and
wow,
kitchen cocktails out of a siphon gun, and that's I think when we did really, really well in the top 50 because it was a bit beyond its time, you know.
Yeah, that's incredible. Is that out of Cape Town? Is that in sort of the countryside, or?
It was on Constantia Eidsiecht Wine Estate in Constantia.
Yeah,
and it's now on I think it's Silver Mist.
Right.
It's moved. My sous chef took over from me.
Right. Okay.
And he owns the brand now, and he's like.
Have you been back or not? No.
Yeah. Obviously, yeah, I go back.
Yeah, fair play. Maybe not. Maybe you hate him. I don't
know. No. We're all mates.
Yeah. So you
generally there's a good energy there.
Yeah.
Right?
You took it to the 12th best restaurant in the world. It was failing in its first year. I mean, just talk us through. Obviously, that menu helped, but that's a miracle, isn't it?
No, it was a disaster the first year. Like I said, I was taking scullery staff, training them to do front starters. I was lost in terms of my food. I didn't know what direction to go in. Nothing was coming naturally. Like I hadn't evolved as a chef fully yet.
How old were you?
I was 35.
Okay.
But I'd come from hotels. I was restaurants, then hotels, then back to restaurants. I hated hotels. And I remember like coming up with a dish that was called a fricassee of quail and langoustine with a corn butter and corn and little zucchini ribbons, and I wanted to do a little miso and corn butter, and it was when I first started realizing if you can step flavors quite close to each other, you can create bigger impact.
Yeah.
You know, rather than the opposite beetroot and goat cheese, you know, you actually get them all quite close. And that was quite a turning point. That dish was quite a turning point for me.
How does that feel as a chef? Because obviously you've taken charge, you know, there's an element of ego. You're like, this is my food, and then it's kind of not going well. How do you get yourself out of that?
Oh, it was dreadful. I had people coming out. I had family visiting from the UK, and we would be out for lunch, and a guest would come up. An English guy, I remember vividly, came up and he said, I ate at La Colombe, now that you're there, it's shit, in front of my family.
And that's brutal.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Yeah.
It would freak me out. I had a German regular that said my terrine was like dog meat. Like, It was so bad.
I mean, how close to just walking away?
The whole weekend, I would spend just like in this deep, like paranoid depression.
Yeah.
But then you keep pushing. You got to push and turn it around.
Yeah.
You know.
So that was what, 4 years later, you're the 12th best restaurant in the world,
No.
or less time than that.
Yes.
Yeah.
4 years later.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
I mean, that's quite the turnaround.
Amazing.
yeah, it was good, and people wanted to come. But like my sous chef Scott, who took over from me, he went to other restaurants, and they said, "Don't go near it with a barge pole; it's going down."
So even when you were on the rise,
Frank was so good,
right,
and he was so like, the chef. None of the local chefs wanted to touch it, but I was in a desperate position.
Like, fuck it.
In the Philippines, I had nothing to lose, basically,
So was that the first true fine dining place in Cape Town? And then at some point you go like, I don't know, did you not have the freedom to do what you went on to do at the test kitchen? Is there a reason you left to do the test kitchen?
I wanted to do my own thing. I wanted to put a kitchen in a warehouse. I wanted the kitchen to be the center of attraction. I had done a lot of open kitchen concepts in Asia, and I wanted to create that theatre, And I started the test kitchen. Cost me 750,000 rand. I borrowed 250 from a friend, and I remortgaged a piece of land that we had bought while we were in Asia.
Yeah.
Like, to give you an idea, a new restaurant costs you 7 million rand now.
Yeah.
So I had extraction that cost 15,000, didn't work, no aircon, no toilet, like 24 seats. It was like on a shoestring budget.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to I also wanted to change my style of food, from the classic wine farm thing. I got black plates and made it quite moody.
So what was on that first menu then? Can you remember a couple of the dishes when you opened up the test kitchen?
I had a cool semi-dried tomato with aubergine, like a smoky aubergine puree, and I had a very cool little trout dish that was like cured with lemongrass and miso, and then with green apples and lime, and little dots of miso mayo, and it was all quite avant-garde style food for the time, you know.
Did you take any of your staff with you from the Colombe or not?
I took one guy, Wesley, and then Ashley, she came, she was a student. Ash Higa, she's doing really well now.
Yeah.
And Frank, and I hired a Korean guy that I'd never met in my life, because I thought it'd be cool to have a Korean working in the kitchen, having lived there.
Yeah.
And they're meticulous.
Yeah.
And so it was 4 of us
Wow.
in the kitchen.
And what
one in the bar, 2 on the floor.
How was the reception?
It blew up.
Yeah, really, immediately.
Yeah, it blew up immediately.
What a feeling.
But I was in the shit every day. I plated everything.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that a control thing or?
It was a control thing, and it was not a matter of choice. I had to make it profitable.
Yeah.
Pay back the debt.
Yeah, because I was going to say you were the first restaurant of that type in the whole of South Africa, so I'm guessing the chefs had never cooked that kind of food. So it must have been both education to them, and also you trying to cook the food for the guests every night. It must have been absolutely knackering.
Yeah, it was exhausting.
Yeah.
I remember one day this guy called Lars from Sweden. He was a judge, head of the panel for Sweden. He came and he sat right in front of me on the kitchen bar, and I was plating everything. And I had a bad tummy at the time, but I couldn't take off. So I was rushing to the toilet and coming back and sanitizing and plating. And he said to me, he said, "Look, this is incredible, but how will you sustain it like that?" Because he could just see I was fucked.
Yeah. Fucking hell.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, you were open for over 10 years, though, weren't you, in that first?
Yeah. Then I got Ivor in from La Colombe. He's now got Bokenstancher, Ivor Jones, very amazing chef. And then Wesley took over the potluck, went up to potluck, and we slowly grew the team. But it was when it was in its heyday, it was doing 70 lunch, 70 dinner every day. And it was such a good business.
Yeah, I bet.
But it just got exhausting. People were dropping like flies, and it was exhausting.
Must be quite cool to see now, probably like a network of like 500-600 chefs who've all touched that place in some way, whether eaten or worked.
Yeah. No, it's very cool.
Yeah, because as you were saying off air, Cape Town's now got sort of 30 fine dining restaurants, right?
Yeah.
And then it was like you and Le Colombe.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it's absolutely incredible.
No, it's lovely to see.
Amazing.
And but it's also nice to see the chefs like Ryan at Southsea. Ryan Cole is also an unbelievable chef. Worked with Phil Howard for a long time.
Yeah.
He was my head chef for a long time.
Well, Phil Howard's South African by birth.
Yes, yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah.
So it's lovely to see all of them coming up, but I'm not ready to roll over yet.
No.
I've still got a bit of lead in the old pencil, you know.
Yeah.
So what is, like, you was talking to Ben about how you crack that first sort of creative concept of getting the flavors close together. What is your sort of, do you have a procedure now when you try to come up with new dishes? Like, how do you do that? Is there a way around it? Do you just wait to be given gifts from the gods? I don't know.
I brainstorm with Carla, like, I'm like, I can never describe exactly how it works, but like I'll look at pup and fleece, you know, which is like a semolina kind of thing they use in the township, and then I think, how can I actually make that into a custard, and then put the meat with the, you know, like, it's like joining the dots, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
But it can come from anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
That's incredible. So what are sort of a couple of the South African foods which you've been able to bring to life in a more modern way? I mean, do you fuck with things like biltong and stuff like that? Or is it
Yeah, we make a biltong.
Really?
I did a licorice cured biltong.
oh,
Licorice root cure was lovely. You know, licorice gives you that elongated flavour.
Yeah.
Like, so when you eat it and you have a sip of wine, the wine goes on longer.
yeah.
It's quite interesting. So I did that with biltong. I don't mess too much with the South African
You
stuff.
got springbok on the menu, do you?
Love springbok.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got that on the menu in all the places? Or?
Not at Salon, but
No.
we've got it. We've got it on the menu here at the Hilton, but
Really?
we're using roe deer.
Okay.
Nice. And it's like a comparable flavour.
I think the deer might even be better. At it.
Don't come
Really?
on. They're not going to let you back in South Africa. Then.
I know, but the thing with springbok is it's not gamey,
No.
and it's so tender.
Yeah, really.
It's a small antelope,
Yeah.
which is lovely. But it's like the deer is new to me.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't tasted it for so many years. Obviously, it's intriguing.
It's like an exciting new
yeah.
So did Heston come out and eat with you when he came out?
Yeah.
Jamie Oliver the year before?
Yes, he ate at Fledgelings. I wasn't working that night.
Really?
But, it was so sweet because Nathan took the lead, and Jamie was so sweet. He did so many photos with all of them, and
That's incredible.
and he said it's close to his heart because obviously he did the
15.
project,
Yeah.
and he knows how hard it is to get that kind of thing off the ground.
And to keep it going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what you have in South Africa is you have a lot more people that are in a disadvantaged situation that are desperate to work.
Yeah.
Whereas I think the 15 here was almost like difficult for him because it seemed like he was fighting against it sometimes. You know?
100%.
Definitely.
So is he famous out in South Africa?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jesus. Fair play.
He's globally famous though, and just a generally good man.
Oh, he's
Nice
a legend.
man, yeah.
Any other people who've really caught you by surprise walk through the doors? You're sweating on the pass and then suddenly...
Ed Sheeran came
Really?
in. Yeah. I had a little bromance with Orlando Bloom for a weekend.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it you paddleboarding with Orlando?
yeah.
He had that famous shot on the paddleboard. I think he forgot to put his trunks on.
Yeah. I think it was
Really?
Luke,
Yeah.
Luke was on the one behind
Well, I
him.
don't know.
Yeah. At least I was on the paddleboard behind him, not
yeah.
just behind him. Yeah.
Well, we should say that today's episode is brought to us by our brilliant friends Blink, the UK-based legends turning the POS game on its head. There are no long-term contracts, no hidden fees, no per-device charges if you run a restaurant, and of course, you run 3. Oh, you run like 5. You know how painful traditional POS systems can be. They're clunky, they're slow. Worst of all, they're expensive, but Blink is different. It's the first POS that needs 0 training. We can get your team up and running in minutes. We're not operative in South Africa at the moment, but if we are, or if we were, we could get around that.
Well, we can do it. Greg will do it.
Blink costs just £49 a month, whereas others in London cost £300 a month. Does that sound like a good deal?
Sounds like a great deal.
Right, cool. Everyone should sign up to Blink. Use the code GOTOBLINK, BLINQ, and get your first month free. Also, you can send in your kitchen nightmare stories if you work in the industry, and the worst one will be selected by Ben, and you'll get a whole 3 years worth of Blink.
Yeah.
Incredible. We're going to get some kitchen nightmare stories out of Luke in a second, but just slide into our DMs or email us at competition@thegotopodcastcomedy.com. Luke, we want to go back many years. Well, not many years. You're a young man, but a couple of years. So when you were sort of raised in East Sussex.
Yeah.
Any memories of sort of what you were eating around the table growing up in a family in the south of England? Did you like your food then or not?
I loved it, yeah. Loved it. I was raised in a small village called Palletstown.
Oh, there's a racecourse there, isn't there? No, that's Ireland.
No, there's no racecourse. No. And mum, French teacher, dad, professor of composition, all out there with the fairies, dad.
Really?
Yeah. Always like doing something, tinkering away at something.
Cool.
But mum was or is still a great cook. And she would make bread, and we had vegetable patches, and I was always in the garden smelling stuff.
Yeah.
I think I was definitely, and then my mum is Swiss, so we used to travel to Switzerland every year, drive through France, and then be exposed to baguettes and cheese and wine and pate. And so they, with their limited means, they exposed me to a lot of food.
And were you getting involved? Like, were you learning from her how to cook these things, or were you just a sort of...
I would help her.
Yeah.
I would help her, but I wasn't... I remember they gave me a curry book when I was about 12 or 13, and I really enjoyed making a mess in the kitchen and cooking some curry. And, but the turning point was really when I was 16, when I left school, and I had no direction at all. And my uncle was in the hospitality industry, and he suggested various areas that I could look at, and I thought cooking could be great, and I just immediately, it clicked, you know, like I think so many chefs can relate with, you know, it just clicked, and the systems, the discipline, the cutting, the knives, the smells, you know, all of that, it just clicked.
So catering college, and then out to Zurich, right? Borough Luck Hotel to continue your training. What was that like being out?
It was horrific.
Really? Go on.
Yeah, I was a mouthy shit, which didn't help.
No.
So I went out there thinking I could fight the world. Swiss-German kitchen. Oof. Didn't speak any Swiss-German. Oh. Spoke French and English, obviously. My chef de partie was Spanish. He spoke Swiss-German badly and Spanish. Right. And I remember flicking him the bird once when he shouted at me, and him coming after me with a big brat pan scraper.
Wow.
And then from that day onwards, I was dead and buried, basically. Wow. I also smoked way too much weed as well, which didn't help with the whole discipline.
Yeah.
During the
getting
cooking,
lost in the cold room and not knowing why I'm in there. What am I here for?
Yeah.
You know.
That's incredible. Was it a very classical kitchen as well? I'm guessing.
Very classical, yeah. Very regimented. But I grew from a boy to a man in the year that I was there. I learned to organise myself. Yeah. Speed, efficiency. Cleanliness, some very, very basic, good, solid rules.
And were you cooking Swiss-German food, or what was it?
It was kind of modern Swiss with some French, but it was more the discipline that I learned, not the flair or the flamboyance of cooking. It was more the, you know, vac pack this like this, cling wrap it, and then push it down so it almost, like, you know, the kind of like Germanic.
Yeah.
Systems which were good for me, and I thrived on them.
Well. Did you have a beautiful like redemption arc with the guy who you had to
flick the bird,
or did you never
No, he hated me.
He hated you too. Okay, right. I thought there might be a beautiful like rom-coms.
No, it was so like far gone by that time.
He was done. Okay.
Yeah. It was in hindsight. I was so stupid.
No, of course, yeah.
You know,
You were
but
young
I was always fighting the system.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, upon your return to London, had several roles, but then sort of mid-90s ended up working for Kevin Hopgood at Eleanor's L'Etoile, right? Which was a Soho institution, sort of French brasserie. 90s London kitchens, though, famously the craziest maybe in the world. What was it like being in there?
What? Eleanor's L'Etoile?
Yeah.
No, it was brilliant. And,
Really?
I came back from Australia, and I thought that I could really cook, and I'd worked the pans in a brasserie in Australia, and they had taught me how to make onion marmalade, which was brand new at the time, and goat's cheese tarts and all that, and it was all very Pacific Rim, and I thought, this is fucking the bee's knees.
Yeah.
I got in there at Eleanor's L'Etoile, and Kevin was off on holiday. He was in Thailand with his wife at the time, or his girlfriend, and I was acing it. I was going there as a sous chef, and in my head I was acing it. I was working with the sous chef, and it was all coming together. And then Kevin got back, and he was like, "You're not a fucking sous chef. You're a chef de partie, if that."
Fuck.
And so I took the job under, and Adrian stayed, the sous chef who was going to leave. He stayed, but then Kevin taught me to cook. He built me up, and he really taught me the rigid techniques. He'd come from the Roux brothers.
Okay, yeah.
So he taught me really how to cook, and how to cook with flavour, and blanquettes of lamb, and beautiful rabbit dishes, comfy rabbit dishes, and it was always something new. And he was tough on me, but he could see that I had a talent. You know?
And what were the nights like out after a big day in Soho? I mean, it must have been quite good fun.
Oh God, yeah. We'd come out the hatch, like a rat, and then hit the streets hard.
Be released. Yeah.
The glory days, the beautiful days. And then, obviously, you somehow start working at Soho, a bit of Soho House, right?
Yeah, I chased the money.
What was that? Yeah. So was that in the Soho House, Dean Street, or what?
Yeah.
Right, okay. And you're cooking for Madonna, Oasis, who else? I mean,
Yeah.
Go on, tell us your memories of that.
No, that was also, so after L'Etoile, I went to work at the Barley Sugar, which was the original sugar club.
Oh, right.
But the sugar club had moved to Soho.
Yeah.
Peter Gordon had moved there.
Yeah.
And a chef called Claudio was running the Barley Sugar, and he had come from Nobu, and he had done all that
Oh, cool.
new Latin cooking in America. He was Canadian, and so I learned a lot. I learned about yuzu and just like a new technique, a new flavor profile that he was using, which was really exciting. And it just opened up. We were going to like the Portobello market and buying yams and making yam chips, going with a lobster tartare. And, you know, it was great fun.
Yeah.
And then I chased the money at Soho House because they were generating big cash at the time. They were paying decent money, and but I hated it.
Well, what was the job?
Sorry?
Was the job just looking after private sort of VIPs? Or what?
No, it was running their restaurant.
Right, okay.
They had a restaurant.
Yeah.
So I went as a sous chef, and I just like, sometimes it clicks. I don't know if you know what I mean. Sometimes it clicks and you feel comfortable in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And sometimes you feel slightly uncomfortable and you're not sure what it is, but like your confidence isn't there. Their systems don't match your systems that you've learned. So there's a bit of, you know, judging going on, and didn't work. And I stayed, 6 months or something. Okay. But we cooked for some amazing people.
Yeah, fun.
Who are you cooking for?
Madonna, Oasis, like.
Did you get to meet them?
No, you were back in the dungeon. No way. The front of the house did.
Yeah.
I think they partied with them quite a lot as well.
They should have cut you in on that.
I know. Well, then sort of enters a very exciting period of your life, but also a weird one where you go work for Accor, right?
Yeah.
Traveling around Asia. So where do you go? You went to Singapore, Malaysia, Philippines, Korea. I mean, that must have blown open again, your sort of senses and sort of cooking techniques, you know?
So that was weird because I took a head chef job in a Mercure hotel with an independent entrance, and like it was billed as an independent restaurant called The Loft. And it's my first job doing my own food.
Was that in London?
In London, yeah, in Bankside near here.
Yeah.
And we got good reviews, but it was always a hotel restaurant. You know, so it was always, I felt like these people aren't here.
Yeah.
Half of them are here because they want to be, and the other half are
just
corporate guests that,
Yeah.
you know, can't be bothered to go out.
Yeah.
And then I did really well there, and Accor were really impressed with me. The vice president from fucking God knows where came over, and he's like, this guy's great. Like, let's get him in Singapore for this new concept that they're rolling out across Novotels in Asia, which is like an open kitchen concept. And so I did that, and that was a steep learning curve as well, getting into a big hotel and being very young. The Asian staff that were my juniors were older than me in a lot of the places I went. I mean, my sous chef in Seoul was 56 when I was 35.
Wow.
And age is a socio kind of social title as well there, and so it was a lot of juggling. I learned to negotiate really well.
Yeah, I bet.
You know, like putting it through the sous chef and letting him disseminate the information so he wouldn't lose face. It was his idea, but I had come up with it. You know, like. But it was very interesting. Asia was very interesting. I opened a modern Japanese restaurant in Seoul. Spent some time in Tokyo in a restaurant group called Shunju, learning their kind of organic Japanese cuisine. That was again like a fucking head explosion of like new flavors like tofu, miso, suke, and fermented this and.
And are you like a sponge in that environment? Do you just want to take everything?
So excited. I would write things down, and you know, I was just like, I was always hungry for knowledge.
So like, exactly.
So where was the best of those countries food-wise? I mean, I know they've all got their own little incredible things, but if you had to pick
Seoul, we were there for 3 years.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed it. Had a nice apartment, and really immersed ourselves in the culture, in the food, the barbecues, the people. It was lovely.
Yeah. Have you been back since or not?
I went back for a cooking thing a number of years after we moved back to South Africa.
Yeah.
I haven't been back for, 10, 15 years probably, though.
But it's a great foodie city.
It's become... I think it's become huge.
Yeah.
Since I left.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. We should say, though, when you get to South Africa afterwards, are you then frustrated by... Because I can imagine the systems in place were a bit backwards compared to what you're used to in Europe, London, Asia.
Yeah, it was different because I was like so grateful to be wearing checkered blue and white pants, a chef's jacket, no hat, and just absorbing myself in food.
Yeah.
So I didn't really care if we didn't have store requisition forms and, I was so over the hotel stuff anyway. I just loved I loved being back in the kitchen.
Getting back to cooking and...
Cooking, yeah.
And obviously we spoke a bit about it earlier, but when it all went right, it seems to me when you took ownership and started to do your own thing rather than trying to replicate what Front was doing before.
Yeah, it's obviously you have to do that. You've got to be... And that's what I tell, all the chefs that have worked for me, if you're integral to yourself and you're doing what feels right in your heart, then it will win in the long run. Do you know what I mean? Rather than watching someone and trying to emulate that or, it's always going to come off sterile. We
get so many stories from chefs on the pod saying that when they finally start putting their own food on the menu, things turn around. But it always strikes me when people say it's quite a ballsy thing to do because often there's an owner or an executive chef or someone else who's kind of dictating what you should be doing a little bit. So how do you decide, right, fuck it, my dish is going on?
Well, I think there's a turning point, isn't there, where your confidence levels grow up.
Yeah.
And I mean, what I try and do with my chefs, like Carla and Jason and Nathan, is I'll come in and I'll go, right, we're going to do a new calamari dish at Fledgelings, or we're going to do an open ravioli of oxtail and porcini, but then I'll also say, what are you going to put on the menu? And they'll be like, okay, I'm going to do this and this. And Jason at the potluck, he's so like evolved that he just comes up with hitters, you know, every time. And Carla is just this analytical machine who's like, I'll be like, let's do that, and she's like, but we could do it with this, and I'm like, okay, let's do it, you know.
Yeah.
But she's also started taking the lead now.
Yeah.
Where she was always kind of like, what should we do next? She's like, I want to do this next.
Yeah, right.
Which is the sweet spot, you know?
Great, yeah. And that's her confidence now. She feels like she can do that, and
Yeah.
Are you eyeing up anything else? I mean, you're always looking, well, seemingly always on the move for new things and testing yourself.
No,
is there anything which is exciting you at the moment?
I'm very excited about this partnership with the Hilton.
Huge, yeah.
I want to really invest as much effort as I can in getting that right.
Yeah.
As far as opening new restaurants, I'm not going to do anything for a very long time. I'm feeling very like I need to consolidate, and I closed 2 restaurants in Joburg last year because they were losing money. So
was that Potluck Joburg?
Potluck Joburg, but that moved to a hotel now, and it's doing well.
Okay.
And the short market in Joburg.
What is the difference between Cape Town and Joburg? Can you take us through that in terms of clientele demographics?
Well, Joburg is like they a lot of Joburgers like the kind of like food with music and the hype and Instagram, and you know that's they're the most successful restaurants in Joburg.
Right. Okay.
The ones that are hip hop and happening, and
where the camera eats before the people.
Yes. Yeah. But I mean, it's not to say there's good restaurants, but fine dining failed on its ass. I did Test Kitchen Carbon in Joburg. It failed because it's a local clientele, and they'll only use you for a special occasion.
Right.
You need to open a restaurant that is like a drop-in once a week.
Yeah. So you get that constant.
You know, like
custom.
a good Italian or a good Greek restaurant, or you know, you don't want to dress it up too much and make it local. And I think if I ever had to do another restaurant off my own back, it would be a good local.
In Joburg?
No.
Oh, anywhere?
In Cape Town.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah.
Because...
Well, don't tease the people. They'll be wanting that.
Yeah, and just to see it like bubble along throughout the year, you know, rather than this
kind of seasonal
peak and trough.
Maybe get you on Kloof Street. Are we thinking that?
Eh?
Get you on Kloof Street.
Kloof Street's lovely.
Yeah. Be good.
Have you been to Kloof Street House?
I have.
So nice.
Yeah, it's beautiful in there.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful place. But I mean, surely we can get you in there. Do you live in Cape Town? Or are you on?
I live in Komaki in the deep south, near the sea.
Okay, nice.
So it's almost like a village.
Yeah.
That's a suburb of Cape Town.
Good surfing in the morning.
I don't surf much anymore.
Bit of swimming.
Cold water swimming every day. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Terrifying because they have shark watchers, don't they?
Yeah, but not so much on the Atlantic side. It's
really?
the False Bay Indian Ocean side is worse. It's warmer. There's more sharks there. But we've got like a little bay called the Com.
Yeah.
And I'll take a 5K walk and then do a couple of lengths of the cold sea.
Jesus Christ.
Beautiful.
What about alligators?
Nothing.
Ever been on the menu? No, ever been on the menu? Or crocodiles?
No.
Crocodiles?
No.
People eat crocodiles.
I don't agree with that.
Really?
No, it's... I don't know. It just doesn't compute for me.
No.
They are quite tasty though.
Chicken
Have
fish.
you tried crocodile?
Yeah, they taste like chicken, don't they?
Chicken fish.
Chicken fish.
Yeah.
What's chicken fish?
Fish chicken.
Fish chicken. What?
That's what alligator is.
Apparently.
Really?
Yeah.
Where have you tried alligator or
South
crocodile?
Africa. Yeah.
You don't fuck around, do you?
No, I don't. I think actually maybe that was Australia. I can't remember. A lot of chefs who come on talk about how the award ceremonies now have recently gone a bit bust. 10 years ago, obviously when you came 12th in the world's top 50 was legit. Nowadays it's being paid for by like sort of Middle Eastern, Asian tourist boards or American to bring in, you know, more tourists to cities. 2019, you made headlines when you withdrew the Test Kitchen from Eat Out's annual top 10 restaurant list. 'Cause
Oh,
you said
yeah.
they were sort of, I don't know, starving you of creativity. They were trying to make people tap dance in a
I was
way.
just kind of over it, you know, like the hamster wheel. I think awards, especially the Eat Out Awards at the time, it's much better now because they award you 1, 2, 3 stars.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a bit more like the Michelin Guide,
Right.
whereas then it was the top 10, you had the winner,
And then they were ranking.
and then you had the 9 underneath. And it created a lot of like tension between the chefs. I won it like, I can't remember how many times, like 5 times in a row.
Yeah.
You're like
It was
Roger
sponsored
Federer.
by Mercedes-Benz as well.
Did you get a car each time?
I got a car every time. It was so cool.
Really?
Yeah,
Actually?
Yeah. I ended up in a 360 GLE
Jeez.
AMG.
Cool. Did they ask for that?
That was the glory days.
when you
eh?
pulled out, they said,
Yeah.
"We'll have all 5 Mercedes back."
No. But they give you the car for a year.
Okay, right.
Oh, right.
So you had to keep winning it.
Yeah,
Just so you
but
could drive
but
around.
I did keep winning it.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
the weird
yeah.
thing. But I think I actually managed to piss a lot of people off. They were like, oh, that fucking guy. again."
This guy, this prick.
Yeah.
So it's better now because there's less of that,
Yeah,
you know, like winner-loser syndrome, which I think is better
100%.
for awards.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Look, you've been wonderful. We're going to finish off with like some quick fires-ish.
Mm-hmm.
But like, you know, I mean, we're not that.
Hopefully they're not backfires.
No, they're not. Start with, what's your favourite dish you've ever created? I think this is the game we started.
Because they have quite a langosteen, corn and miso butter, and teriyaki sauce. That was a turning point for me.
Beautiful.
Freddie, I'm just taking a couple of reads of this question just to make sure I get it right.
Yeah.
Which dish took the longest to make from initial idea to plating it for service?
Oh, Jesus, I can't say. I mean, if you look at my book, there's some dishes that are like 14 pages long.
Can you
and
give me an
obviously the book
example
didn't
of?
do particularly well. because
That's like
everyone looked at it and was like,
Yeah.
how the hell am I going to do that?
It's gonna take me a month.
It
Yeah.
was a bit like Heston said, his Fat Duck book. Like, technically, you can cook the recipes, but you actually can't cook them.
No,
And
Yeah,
so many
but-
people complaining, being like, well, it's impossible to
Yeah,
cook
yeah,
any
yeah.
recipes from this.
He's like, well, you can.
Yeah.
but you got to do a cooking at home book. I think that's what people want. But like
know.
for me, the book was like, it was really about putting a stake in the ground and saying, this is
like-
me until then, and
Yeah.
this is everything that I've done.
Yeah.
It wasn't about a commercial
No.
enterprise.
Like recording it for yourself almost, or for people, you know.
Yes,
fans.
yeah.
Biggest disaster? Do you remember that?
I think there was a time in the Philippines when I first got there, and the GM was called Bernd Schneider at the time, and he was having a VIP function with these Korean people that owned a nightclub in the hotel or something like that, and it was lobsters and Wagyu and all that, and I'd been there a week, and the banquet chef had done all the work for it, and I was just like, okay, cool, I'm gonna go there and help with the service. And they ran out of everything. They ran out of beef and lobster, and the GM was sat next to the owner of the nightclub with no food arriving. The GM had food, and the owner of the nightclub had no food, and he came out and he screamed at all of us. And I remember screaming at the banquet chef, firing him the next day.
He had to
It
go.
was so embarrassing.
Yeah.
So would you have to whip up like a little club sandwich for him or something?
I can't remember. I just despaired.
Yeah.
I just hung my head in shame and despaired.
Fair play.
What's the craziest dish you've ever created?
I think one of the simplest and craziest I did was at the old test kitchen. I used to do a pig head, roast pig head, and then cut it in half lengthways.
Yeah.
And then roast it, and then take the jowl off once it's roasted,
Oh.
and then serve a little piece of that with some of the crackling, a little bit of thyme, honey, a little blue cheese sauce, and some parsley compressed apples. Very simple dish.
Oh, doesn't sound that simple.
It's four components.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's not like a multi-faceted dish, but it was so good.
Sounds delicious.
And we used to bring the pig head to the table first. And you'd see this like roasted pig head. People would be like, like that, and then go back and carve it and serve it. It was lovely.
Sounds beautiful.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What about, I mean, you have sort of given us one, but maybe there's another nightmare day throughout your career? Anything else which comes to, I mean, there's probably a couple to choose from.
There's so many.
Yeah.
I think it was the New Year's Eve at La Colombe after I first took over, and the guests were just walking out.
Yeah.
It was my first menu, doing my own food, and the guests were just walking out one after the other.
Without paying?
Without
even
paying.
eating.
Just like, we can't wait any longer, you know.
Oh, so it was taking too long. And
Yeah, we were completely, it was too ambitious.
Oh.
Good menu.
Oh, great.
Not many people got it.
Yeah, yeah.
For anyone who walked out that night,
Yeah,
you missed out.
Yeah.
It's a hell of a menu. Where are we, Freddie?
Rudest.
What's the rudest customer you've ever encountered?
There was one English couple again at La Colombe, and I was like calling the orders and telling people to hurry up, and they could obviously hear me on the other side, and she came out to the pass and said something like, "Why are you fucking speaking to the staff like that?" Like that. Like, I was like, "What?" You know, I'm just trying to like sort the kitchen out.
Yeah.
And then I was so angry with her. I was actually like, my head was like pounding.
Fuming.
I felt dizzy. I was
Yeah.
so angry. And I stared at her the rest of her meal. I just stared at her like that. And then she came out, she said, "You're eyeballing me. We're leaving." Like that. I was like, good.
Desired result. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's happy.
Yeah.
What about this sort of mantra you had about appreciating everything when you used to be doing sort of KP duties? Could you relay a bit of that?
Well, when I worked at, there's a manor house that I worked for as a KP. It was called something Netherfield Place or something like that. And I used to have to make the fires, burn the rubbish, do the washing up, you know, all the duties of a kind of KP in a manor house. And I remember the sauces coming to me in service, and the chefs would throw the saucepan with the sauce left, and I'd lick it, and I'd be like, "Oh my God, how did they make that taste like that?" You know, and that was like an eye opener.
Yeah.
You know.
Did that inspire you to want to be the greatest chef in Africa?
Yes. Yeah.
Maybe the world.
Or just to make something that delicious.
That good, yeah.
Yeah.
And work out how to do it.
What is the greatest sauce in the world? Apart from, obviously, your
Come on.
Café au
The
lait.
truffle and
Yeah.
black pepper cafe au lait,
Yeah.
I think, isn't it?
Apart from that.
We're going to have to go out and have it.
Yeah.
Freddie honestly bangs on about
When
it
are you
almost
coming?
weekly.
Have you bought it to the hotel here?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Oh,
We don't have to fly to Cape Town.
No,
This is unbelievable.
no, you can come right down to the
Yeah.
Waldorf Hilton.
Waldorf
It's
Hilton.
right there.
See you
We'll
there.
definitely be there.
Yeah, unbelievable.
And the beef we're doing smoked fillet. The beef is like next level.
Yeah, I bet. Beautiful. Okay, well,
Jesus.
see you there.
What about your dream long weekend getaway? Where are we going for a foodie weekend?
San Sebastian's got to be up there.
Yeah.
You know where I'd love to go is Copenhagen. Though.
Yeah.
I've never been to that part of the world. I'd love to do like a long weekend there.
Yeah.
Oh, you must.
But San Sebastian is great, isn't it?
San Sebastian's such fun.
Yeah.
And I like the little tapas places. And
Yeah.
Do you have some spots that you always like to get to, or is it just kind of
there is
whatever looks good?
one in particular, I can't remember the name of it, but me and Ryan, we came over for Gastronomica, me and Ryan Cole.
Yeah.
And we landed and we went straight to the tapas bar and started drinking and
Nice.
eating.
Yeah.
And then about like 7 o'clock in the evening, we said, we better go and check Gastronomica prep for tomorrow. Like that. And we got there was nothing. The fridge was like half empty, and we were like, we're doing a tuna dish. Where's the tuna? Like, and we like bashed out prep for like 3 hours drunk.
Probably the best prep you've ever done.
It was such a good prep day. And then we went back out again. We were drinking gin and tonics with Alex Atala that night.
Nice.
It was like proper.
Oh.
And then into the demo the next morning, like hungover as shit.
Not feeling your freshest.
Yeah.
That was incredible.
But like that's the old me. Nowadays I'm very restrained.
No, of course.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Never even
He's sipping
questioned.
on his second gin and
No,
tonic.
I know, but you know,
They're only small.
part of the pod.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know whether we go London-based or Cape Town for this, but if you were having a celebratory blowout dinner, maybe anywhere in the world, where would you be going?
Well, I recently had my birthday, 15th of July. I was in London, and a whole lot of old friends from London and some from South Africa joined me at Royal China for dim sum.
Nice.
I
Yeah.
took them.
Very special.
I took my team to Royal China last night for dim sum.
Cool.
So good.
Yeah.
If you've never had good dim sum,
It's a good place to start.
you go there. It's like it opens up.
Yeah. Could you just any particular dim sum that you
I like
have to have on a spread?
Scallop dumplings, amazing. We had prawn coriander dumpling.
Yeah.
No, it's good. We had a few beers and then onto some dim sum, and it was £200 for four of us.
Amazing.
That's very
It's
good.
actually brilliant.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
all had a couple of beers and
That's great.
yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Maybe they're looking after you a bit.
No,
No.
I don't think. Not so in Chinatown.
No, yeah.
They're like, who's
They may
that?
not be that familiar with
Who's
your
that
work.
guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about hidden gem? Do you have a hidden gem for us?
Um,
South Africa, maybe. I'm heading out to Cape Town. I'm not, but I wish I was.
hidden gems.
Is it like a rogue place you go for lunch sometimes or something? I don't know.
I always go to a tavola for lunch. It's just a simple Italian in Claremont. It's like my safe space.
Yeah.
So I go to work, I get the work done, and then maybe once a week I'll go and have lunch on my own
Beautiful.
and have like a beef carpaccio and a linguine or
Beautiful.
a couple of glasses of wine and then...
What was that little truck I saw on your Instagram? Was it? It's a little beachside truck or roadside truck?
Oh, that's Androck. They're based in Komaki as well. They do a brunch bun.
What's that?
It's like a bacon and egg, but they put pesto on it. They put chili sauce on it, and it's really nice. You go there and you have the brunch bun, then you swim in the sea. It's like 10 degrees, and you swim in the sea, then you have the brunch.
Yeah. I was about to say.
Yeah.
You're doing it the wrong way around.
No.
Incredible.
Maybe. What about? I mean, we sort of covered this. Well, we have covered this already. Your dream long weekend getaway.
We have.
How's that? Why is that at the end there?
I don't know. I was jumping around.
We've lost the plot.
Yeah.
Come on then. What's your go-to 3-course meal? The greatest 3 dishes you've ever had, or that you'd like to finish off your life with? Is that a strange way to phrase it?
No. Or it can be more. It can be 21 courses. You could do the
No.
dark and light experience. And
Just give me.
No, my mum's shepherd's pie I'd have
Yeah, beautiful.
if I was on death row.
Yeah,
She makes a great shepherd's pie. I still can't do it as good as...
really.
Yeah.
Is that? Would she? I mean, what makes it so special?
I don't know. I think she uses a lot of Liam Perrin's Worcester sauce.
As she should.
are you starting with that?
Sorry?
Is that a starter or a main?
No, that's a main.
Okay, fair play. Yeah.
And then the starter, I would what would I do? I hate these kind of questions. I would
Have come on the go-to feedback.
We get that feedback a lot.
I think like a crayfish on the braai with like a little tomato and shellfish dressing,
Yeah,
something like that.
nice and fresh.
And then a nice shepherd's pie,
Yeah.
and then some perfect strawberries and cream.
Oh,
Incredible.
Yeah.
I'm
Unbelievable.
happy with that.
Well,
Are you happy?
Yeah, very happy. It sounds unbelievable.
sounds great. Luke Dale Roberts, you've been absolutely incredible. Have you managed to get to the supermarket when you've been over it? I always think Woolworths is just like M&S, or is that just me?
Yeah, they model themselves on
Yeah, I
it.
think
It's
there must be
quite a
some
lot.
sort of like copyright
Pretty good. I'll
infringement.
tell you, that Woolworths is the fuckers who said to put coffee in their sauce.
Really?
Did they?
Yeah, Woolworths
Okay.
on their website.
But what bastards?
Well,
So
for-
I'm
They're having
falling
us
out
all
with
on. They're
Woolworths.
having us all on.
M&S would never do that to
No.
you.
no. And
What-
Waitrose.
No,
also
no.
never.
No, they'd never do something like that.
Well, Luke, you've been absolutely incredible. Good luck with the 3-month residency. We'll put the information of that in the show notes. We're going to be coming down and trying the Cafe au lait as it should be.
probably
Please.
once
Yeah,
a
we
week.
will be. But that's sadly we've got time for. please make sure you subscribe on YouTube, the podcast, all these wonderful. Leave us a review. It takes a minute, and it's a beautiful thing to do. Luke, we're finishing off by saying, what song do you want us to play you out with? Any song in the world you can choose.
Oh man, why didn't you prep me?
I know.
Well, we don't like to prep.
We like that, like spontaneous.
Spontaneity, yeah.
The Eye of the Tiger.
Yeah, beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I've just got an image of you staring down that diner
Yeah.
with the Eye of the
Bum.
Tiger playing.
Bum,
Yeah.
bum. Yeah.
That's topical for the moment. I
Yeah,
think.
I think so
Yeah,
too.
beautiful.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much, Luke.
All right, mate.
Cheers. Really
Lovely.
appreciate
Thank
that.
you very much,
Mate, that
guys.
was such a good chat.
That was brilliant.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
really good. Cheers.
Really appreciate
Mate, that
it.
was great. Thank you so
Yeah, it
much.
was so easy. You make it easy.
Right.
Thank you.